When asked what I do for a living, I have to say I'm a silversmith. But the articles I make are made out of mainly copper and a bit of brass. And it's silver plated. When people are asking you what you do now, and you tell them, they don't know what a silversmith is. They don't have anything like that. Well, my name's Ian Platts. I was born in 1955, started work in 1970. At the moment I'm working for Chimo Holdings and I'm retiring in 2023. I left school when I was 14 and I started on the 29th, which was a Wednesday. And you used to have to queue up at the end of the week at a little counter to get your wages. It came in a paper packet and it was £6 a week. So I got £5.19 and 11 after stoppages. And my mother took £3 board. As far as I understand, I don't know anybody else who's doing it. Nobody's been training anybody up. You can give somebody the basics within 6 months. I would say after a year they should know what they're doing so they can but then it's a continual learning. You never stop learning. It's not just being a smith. You've also got to know how to operate a rolling mill, how to set the machine up to do all the different wires we have, and then there's the piercing. A lot of other companies used to buy their materials in. We can do our own, which is a great advantage. A lot of the others I worked with in the 70s, I think about the last of them. A lot of the people when I started to work will say in the early 20s. Unfortunately, most of them have passed away. I don't know how many people would be left. Yeah, but I'm getting too old, physically. When I was 40, if I worked a 60-hour week, the next morning when you get up you're not tired after a 12-hour day. If I do an odd day's work here, the next morning I'm still tired. It's just age. You don't recover as quick. It's the prices of the materials that are starting to hit really heavily, while a lot of people have gone. In 2005, you could buy a sheet of copper, 2 foot by 4 foot, 0.9, and they're about £14 a sheet. They're now about 65, 70 a sheet. That's just your base material. It's the manufacturing, the cost, the wages. It's not like it used to be. There's a lot of things you've got to realise is, with a tray, if you've got a very thick, heavy catch wire one that goes on the base, and you've got say a 0.9 blank, you've got to get that catch wire up to the same heat as the blank for it to solder properly. When you warm it up, it'll expand, because you can't push out on the sides. And if you keep your base up, you know, your tray's not going to move. When I started learning, I had to put metal bars on each end, because it can twist and throw the catch wire and the piercing out if you're not careful. When I started work, my mentor, Alan Pemberton, he always told me, when you make anything, it might sound silly to you now, when you look at it, you think, would I buy that? And if the answer's no, then you know you've not done a good enough job. There's not much like this in the country now. It's all handmade. Literally, it's all handmade. It's not somebody sat punching a keyboard and that's at the other end. It's all handmade.